Alright, so welcome back to Lucore Automotive. It is time to make some progress on 73 Charger Chicks, 1973 Dodge Charger. As you saw in the previous video, we got the engine completely torn down that's going to go in this thing. It is a 400 big block Mopar that we tore down. This is still a currently 400 big block Mopar. We have no idea what's actually in this thing. It runs okay, but it's nothing we're really going to trust. So we do have motor parts on order. Those should be here in the next day or so, and then we're going to start trying to move through on the engine build. But first...
Tonight we're just going to focus on the transmission. We've got a TCI Streetfighter tranny to go in it. We're going to stab that in there tonight, hopefully change the shifter out as well so that you don't run into any more cars with it, and then we'll go from there.
So this car needs to be basically done more or less this week. So I think she's got her first race this weekend on Saturday. So we're going to shut up and get to work.
That should be fun. We're going to get to work because I got to get my kids in about 3 hours.
So there you go. We got build this car quickly. Here we go.
I gotta go get my kids now. We got the car up in the air, but I gotta go. This is the slowest lift in existence.
So this is that point in the build where we've got a plan. Rich is gonna get to work, and I'm gonna make a beer run.
So I'm going to try to drain the transmission fluid out of this thing. Hopefully I won't wear it. But get the fluid out of this thing so that I don't end up spilling it all over the shop later. Most of it, pan. I don't want to wear this. Really, I don't. Come on. Ah, mother. Goddamn time. All over my nice shirt too. Trying not to wear it, still ended up wearing it. Let's see if I have another shirt. Some jank right there, brother. I guess it kind of worked.
Was that the shifter linkage?
Yeah.
I find it extremely hard to believe that this was held together by jankiness. This was constructed to utmost standards. As by witness the fact that you would go through the entire shifter pattern and occasionally find the gear.
The tranny, I fucking ended up wearing wearing tranny fluid because
Good, of course.
that's what happens when you drop a trans pan. You get dumped on.
Yes.
And I did. I'm like, I really don't want to wear this. I really don't want to wear this. Yeah. There was a whole bunch of spiders in the filter.
Oh, good. That's good. Oh, looks like the trans cooler lines have been done a time or two.
Yeah, they've been.
Compression fittings.
They got compression fittings over there. They got folds over here.
They're pinched as fuck right here. Another compression fitting set up here. Yeah, maybe had a little bit of work done.
Once again, the whole reason we're changing it because we don't know anything about it.
But this is also exactly why you buy a car that's been modified and you don't feel bad about modifying it.
Right.
If it was a numbers matching all original blah 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 blah,
I'd still be taking it apart and putting other shit in it. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, there's a bell bolt I don't have to take out. Somebody did that one for me. Expensive. Hold on to this. Hold my big long thing. Or don't. I've got it! I've got it! Hadn't gotten it yet. You just kept going. Ow!
got that one more.
Well, why don't you take that one out?
Ow!
Why don't you take that one out too, because we might as well get it out of
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get that one
That
out.
one looks like it's a 3/8 though. But I won't disconnect it up front yet. I'll let you.
Yeah,
I'll start disconnecting it up front.
That's a different size. Hey, you ever worked on one of those cars where every bolt is a different size?
I have. When I go to heaven, I'm going to get all my 10mm sockets back.
10s and 13s?
10s and 13s. I am a GM guy. If I was a import guy, it'd be 10s and 12s.
My 10s, my 13s, my T40s, and my T45s.
Right?
That's $7 million on those.
That could be a mechanic's country song.
Yeah.
Got all my tools back when you play it backwards.
Right. Mama didn't get hit by a truck. I didn't lose my dog, but I have lost all my 10s, my 13s, my T40s, and my T45s.
That's right.
All right, there you go. Now you can loosen those bolts.
All right. Oh, the top one already fell out, apparently. Alright. You're going to need that for the low one. Right there, this guy. And then this guy will probably be the other one.
Oh, that was not exactly tight.
Well, you can get this one over here too then.
Since you didn't work real hard on that one, how would you do this one too?
That's right. But it's not
Okay.
smelly.
So this side is going to require some actual turning.
Yeah, I tried to get it loose. I figured I'd pass that on to you.
We need to go get ourselves some patented.
Bolt removal juice.
Let me show you this.
It's nice and tight in the header.
So we're going to find ourselves a bolt, right? So you got your transmission that's back here. It's bolted to the engine block. Where would you really love to put a bolt? Back in the darkness right there. Up there. In there. Can you shine a light over here? Up there, in there.
Yeah, there he is.
Right there.
Oh, I'm getting dripped on.
Perfectly easy to get to.
No big deal.
Except for you can't.
Stop your whining and just get it out of there.
Get it. you'd just been working, not complaining, it would have already been done.
It'd already be done if you'd stop bitching and get to work. Oh my god, that one's tight too. Bleed. Somebody got that one on tight.
Right, Mongo got it. There is a thing called a torque spec, and it doesn't mean just torque it till you give up.
It's 6 Douglas, man.
Right, yeah.
Hammer it on there.
And of course I'm covered in transmission fluid, so I'm very well lubricated.
It's got lanolin in it. You'll be soft.
Yeah, I'm very well lubricated.
You'll be very soft.
It's not complicated. Just the jiggle it part. Wiggle it just a little bit. That would have been bad. I'd buy myself some new teeth. You do it on the oil pan. I appreciate that.
Right where somebody else dented the oil pan in repeatedly.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna put a block of wood on there so it doesn't do that more. But
Thought you wanted to lift the front of the motor. Change the angle of the dangle.
that's right.
I got this. You hold your block of wood. Or let go of the block of wood and I'll do this too.
That'll do. A little
Good.
more. A little less. A little less. There you go.
That's just right.
Just right. My assistant. Come along, assistant. Grab your half. It's got to go over there somewhere.
I'm gonna stand in the.
Try not to slip.
Let me make sure this is on camera. I'm gonna stand in the really lubricative transmission fluid. Hold this 200-pound transmission while you stand on ice. Oh my god! And it's too high.
I'm gonna get you some stilts. Tranny's out. That only took an hour.
Yeah. Hour? Like 7, isn't it? 7:30.
Yeah, it is 7:30.
Yeah, it took 2 hours.
Come on. We gotta get the box. Hey, a box of foam. And it's well packaged.
Yes, it is. First customer review for the TCI Streetfighter transmission. Packaging is excellent.
When you put your torque converter into your transmission, you're going to have, on this one, you're going to have 3 stages. of splines that you have to match up. You have your input shaft, you have your stator shaft, which holds the turbine on the inside of your torque converter, and then you have your oil pump drive. So there's three things that have to mesh up correctly. If they don't mesh up correctly, your torque converter will not be in deep enough, and then if you were to still tighten it down, you end up breaking things. We actually have a torque converter over there that looks a lot like it has a broken piece on the torque converter, which more than likely happened from somebody installing it incorrectly.
All right, so now that we got the new transmission on the transmission jack, it's time to do the last little things before we get this thing in here. Now, this radiator is a new radiator. It is a radiator and transmission cooler in one. In this case, this TCI unit comes with its own external transmission cooler, so we're not going to run both of these. As Rich pointed out, this transmission cooler that's built into this radiator has run the old transmission. We don't want to risk any kind of contamination of our fluids with the old stuff that was in there. It's pretty new fluid, but you never want to risk it. So we're no longer going to use the transmission cooler that is built into this radiator. We're going to use just the TCI standalone transmission cooler. So with that said, we're going to take these lines off the old transmission cooler, drain the fluid out of the bottom of that, and then we're going to cap those guys off. So we're happy with that. And we'll get ready to set up our new transmission cooler in front of the radiator with the 16 feet of extra nose space we have on this car for the new TCI transmission.
So it's Monday night. I'm back down at the shop. Got my kids picked up from class. They're at home in bed now. But I came back down here to get a little bit more work done on this 73 Charger. So I got my shift linkages changed over from the old transmission. My transmission cooler line fittings are also changed over. The old transmission cooler lines had like 4 compression fittings cut into them. So we're going to make some new lines. It'll be 45-degree fittings from here all the way up to the front, and then we'll go into rubber lines up onto the transmission cooler. I also got the speedometer gear installed, transferred over from the old transmission. So at this point, this transmission is ready to go back up into this car. Get it bolted up to the engine, get the cross members put in, get the drive shaft put in. So we're going to get after it, and hopefully I won't be here too late tonight. When I'm mating a transmission back up to a engine, I like to make sure my transmission and engine are fully seated to one another before I start installing bolts. I don't want to use the bolts to draw the transmission onto the engine, because if something is out of alignment, then you risk cracking the transmission case or the engine block or cross-threading threads. So when putting the transmission in, you want to get it set in there on the pins, case to case, and you'll be good to go. My transmission's in. I'm going to put my bell bolts in, put my flywheel bolts in. I already checked my torque converter. It spins freely with it mated up, so we're good to go.
Go. time down the track and you already got a win. Are you having fun?
Yeah, I am.
First time ever racing. First time ever down a drag strip.
Yes.
You've done autocross. You'd never done a drag
That's
racing.
completely different.
Yeah. How'd you like it?
It was pretty awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Hooked?
Yeah,
Want to do it again?
Definitely.
Want to go fast?
I want to do better.
Yeah.
I want to do better. I want to do better.
For your first time out, you did fantastic. You cut a 1 flat reaction time on your very first pass.
Yep. And a .94.
And a .94 after that.
Yep.
Did your biggest, smokiest burnout you've ever done in your life?
Oopsie. That was an accident.
Oopsie.
I think it was the track.
Yeah, it was the track.
It was the track.
Well, great job. All right, well, there you go. It is the end of the night here in Marion County International Raceway drag strip place. And we're basically the last people here, so it's time for us to go home. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. I know Mama's Mopar has had a good time. We all had a good time. And she may have gotten a trophy out of her ladies racing league from this evening. We'll see. So,
Kinda, sorta.
uh-oh.
It's participation trophy, but you know.
It's your first trophy.
Yeah.
There you go. So hopefully you've enjoyed this. Thanks for coming along on the ride with the Mama's Mopar build. This is still the old 400 motor that we're kind of teaching her how to drive on before it's got something real nasty under the hood. So she's doing fantastic so far, and hopefully you guys are enjoying coming along for the ride. So thanks for watching. Make sure you click that like button, drop us a comment, let us know what you think about this so far, and give her some encouragement. And remember to click on that subscribe button. We'll see you next time.